but summer sun doesn't seem like it's letting up anytime soon. So what do you say we cool off with some Aqua shooters? This line of figures has been going since around 2018 in various formats. Sometimes you have them as cash bond capsules or in these little boxes here. But I've never been able to check out the line because they're a little expensive on the aftermarket. If you check on eBay, look at those prices for singles, ridiculous. But fortunately for me, Ami, not sponsored, has a pre-owned section where you can pick these up for like $5-10 each. So I got a whole bunch of them. I got a pile of them, 10 altogether, plus accessories. So we're gonna open them up, give them a quick build, and then probably rank them from my most favorite to least favorite. For the sake of presentation, I was originally going to pack all of these into leftover gas bond capsules like I did here, but these are just way too loaded. There's way too many screws and accessories, they just would not fit. So we'll go ahead and start with this one here. I believe this one was the only web exclusive that I ordered. Yeah, look at that, that's a lot of stuff. Here's our little instruction pamphlet. There's 3 in this web exclusive series. We got this one here with the headphones and the blue hair. And here's a look at all of her individual pieces. I've committed to building how many of these today? We'll see how that goes. I won't make you guys watch me clip out every individual piece on the sprue, but we will do like an abridged assembly segment just for this first one. This is kind of cool. The shoulders, the elbows, and the knees all use like a pin assembly, which makes for a more complicated build, but a much more solid final assembly. They even include this little extra ring piece here to fill in that gap in the elbow joint. Like, that's pretty nice. Alright, we got one arm finished there. There's arm number 2. Shorts. Give her some shorts. Leg. Other leg. And we just got accessories. So we got her headphones there, which are actually nicely molded to go around her hair. And then we also have her little water pistol. She also included a couple clear pieces to build a little base for her. There you go. You can get her in some action poses, running, jumping, shooting, all that stuff. Yeah, this is very nice. She's also way bigger than I thought she would be. Nice articulation, but that's a problem. And it's very disappointing because so much of the articulation for this thing is so well designed. This is the only point that they probably should have revisited. Maybe they do in future figures. I don't know, we'll find out in these other boxes. But with that little spacer piece in there, you're not left with much of a peg to make that connection there. I mean, it's workable, but you know, you start swiveling the arms around and that happens. But hey, don't let that discourage you, miss. You are currently our front runner. One of one, the best of all the ones we built so far. So we'll finish up our loose stuff and then we'll get into the boxes. Alright, we'll go for the first one I grabbed. This one here, which is this girl. Yeah. Oh my god. There's even more pieces with this one. Speed build.
1 hour later.
Speed build, he says. There's only one speed for assembling these. Slow. It took ages. And I've not even done the accessories. I'm gonna be here all day. 2 days. I'm gonna be here 2 days. Quick question for you, Bandai. What is this? Where are my instructions? Is it this? Is it this little picture here? Am I just supposed to look at that and just figure it out on my own? That's a lot of pieces, okay? That's a lot of pieces. Alright, after all that struggling, I regret to inform you that the end result is pretty awesome. Before we get her all armed up, we'll just look at her individually on her own. Construction on this one was a little different than her back there because she has like the long sleeves, she's got a skirt instead of shorts, and she's got like socks. So like the way the feet go together and shoulders and the elbows, those are all different. But those elbows are a lot more solid on this. Yeah. I mean, Come on, look at that. It's bigger than she is. It's like a water rail cannon. Got all these tanks on the back. All these little armatures in here are articulated, so you can, get it to move with her. And I mean, that's an imposing silhouette. If she showed up to a water fight strapped with all that, I know I'd run the other direction. Alright, well, I feel like she secured her spot at the top of the podium. Just for value, you get so much in that capsule. On to the next one. I'm probably gonna take these down to the kitchen and fix some lunch, because I'm getting a little hangry. I'm starting to yell at plastic. We don't want that. Alright, we're like an hour later here, but there she is. I haven't done her accessories yet, but she's a schoolgirl. Similar to that one, shorter skirt. The plastic they used to mold the arms really shows the mold scars there, which is unfortunate. I'd have to touch it up with paint or something, but that's pretty cool. I like her ray-colored hair. And in addition to her holding things hands and her open hands, she's the only one that came with fists so far. Fortunately, her accessories were much simpler and went together in a couple of pieces. Haha, just kidding. Of course she had to come with this ridiculous modular assembly made up of like 30 tiny pieces. I mean, it looks cool. I think it's for weapon storage. You can assemble it different ways, but kind of a pain to put together. And again, no instructions. Her assault rifle there is one solid piece with just a little translucent bit added onto the end. And then this bow here can open up. And then it also has like a plunger that functions. That's kind of cool. And one tiny brown pouch that she just comes with for some reason. I'm gonna hold off on giving her a ranking right now, just because I spent too much time assembling her and I'm kind of sick of looking at her right now. I'm hoping this next one will be a welcome break, because this one is a maid, and her accessories include, like a tea set and cleaning supplies. That's probably a lot easier to assemble. Alright, how many baggies we have this time? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Plug that in there. Put the tabletop on there. Table. Slap your lids on your teapots. Done. Quick and painless. There you go. So yes, you got the teapot and the teacup, but because they're molded in a way that the girls can't actually hold them, they include a second set with little additional handles there. It's kind of nice. She of course comes with her standard issue water pistol. This one's molded in black with a pink translucent center, but then she also comes with a couple of brims here. This one has blue translucent bristles, and you have a more standard look here. I'm probably going to hold off until the end of the video to reveal my full rankings, but this one's probably going to be pretty high up there. I love her colors, just what's going on with her hair and her accessories. There's even like great details, like the back of her apron is like pinned into the center core. Like it's really cool how this is put together. We do have the return of those little spacer pieces, but they work a lot better on this one. It doesn't feel like the arms are going to deteriorate. Probably the most solid so far. I really like this one. She even includes like an extra set of maid accessories. So let's grab like this one here, and then you can do something like this. Not the best outfit to match the vibe, but this is all interchangeable, so you could take pieces off any of the other characters and create your ideal custom maid girl. Alright, well, we finished up all of our loose ones there, but we're not even halfway through. We still got Aqua Shooter Series 8 and Series 11 here. And as much as I'd love to hang out and build with you guys all day, I got stuff I gotta do. So here's the deal. We're gonna open this up, we'll have a look at what's inside, and then we'll take a break. Won't be much for you, but for me it'll be tomorrow. And then we'll finish up with the rest of them. Okay, now don't be alarmed if the box is half empty. Originally there were 10 to a case, but only 5 in the series. So this is one complete set of everything that's in Aqua Shooters 11. We have 3 girls, there you go, and these 2 weapon sets here. I think one's standard, one's translucent, or something. Okay, we'll get these all assembled off camera, and we will reconvene tomorrow. Alright, I'm back bright and early for day 2. Last night I went ahead and assembled all of our Series 11 Aqua shooters. Very glad I did that off camera because it was pretty tedious. They all shared the same base body, so the only difference in the build was the head. The school uniform is pretty nice, but I'm kind of over the uniform look after doing those 2 yesterday. Accessories are pretty standard for the line. You get the water pistol, you get the sets of hands that we saw with everyone else, and I'm not sure what I want to say about them individually. They look very nice. I think this one is my favorite. I like the twin tails and the option of having a more natural hair color. So the golden eyes are cool too, but they get a lot more interesting once you introduce the equipment. These are actually really cool. Of course, total overkill for a water gun fight, but there's this absolutely ridiculous hydro broadsword, which is over 2 times the size of one of the girls. I'm not sure how this functions. It looks like a cudgel. It looks like something you just beat someone over the head with. And that also comes with a minigun. You got the water tank on the bottom there, shield attachment. Looks like some pretty serious business. And if that somehow wasn't enough for you, you get a second set in translucent black. Pieces are identical, so if you want to mix and match, you can say pull the translucent blade off that one, pop it on there, you know, do something like that. And here's what it looks like in hand. Actually, we gotta back up. There we go. It's pretty big. And we gotta give this girl some heavy ordnance. I will say the joints do a pretty good job of supporting the weight of those massive weapons. You might want to actually throw her on the stand if you're going to actually display her like that, but not bad at all. I meant to do this yesterday, but it completely slipped my mind, so we're going to do a size comparison with other similar figures. This is also by Bandai. This is Gash Conquest. We covered this in a previous video, and there's a lot of DNA from these Aqua shooters in this, but the joints in this just aren't as solid as what we see here. Here's a desktop army figure, almost identical size and proportions. And if you aren't familiar with either of those lines, here's just a standard Lego minifigure. Alright, home stretch now. We just gotta open our Aqua Shooters Series 8. And these ones actually came sealed. They aren't open on the bottom or anything, so we get to open these like actual blind boxes. Hopefully this is a full set. I was sold the full set, so it better be. But this one's feeling pretty light, so I think it's accessories. We got Bandai perforations. These are always pretty good. Yep, there you go. That's awesome. And yes, that's accessories. Immediately, I like what I'm seeing. I like this translucent pink. And you got all sorts of headwear and goggles. We're gonna go ahead and grab this one to model the various pieces. We've got a handful of headwear options. There she is with the goggles. Or we can do this Aqua Shooters branded ball cap. Not bad. Or this one here, which is very Undead Unluck coded, if you're familiar with that anime/manga. This is probably my favorite accessory in the box. You get this nice pair of water pistols with some new hands to hold them, and then you got the water tank and the tubes there. That's really cool. We'll revisit those a little later when we open more of the actual characters from this set. Let's do this one next. Oh, blonde, okay. I'm seeing much more bright summery colors in the set, which I like. I'm glad I saved these for last. Alright, it's taken me over half a dozen of these, but I think I've cracked the code. I've gotten pretty quick at assembling these. This one, pretty nice. The body build is, you know, that one again, but we haven't seen it in a while. It does still have the problem with the elbows, but as long as you don't swivel them, they're fine. She has a Aqua Shooter shirt, and this bun is removable, so if you wanted to, say, throw a hat on her, there you go. I'll divvy out the accessories later once we figure out what we're actually working with. Next, let's do this one. Good weight to this one, so it's going to be another character. Oh, brown hair. Okay. And we got the return of the headphones, this time in black and teal turquoise. This is considerate of them. They give you, this is her main hairstyle here with little flipped out pieces. But if you want to give her a hat, they give you an alternate set of bangs, so it's all slicked down. You can pop that on there. There you go. Alright, it's a little bit later. This one took me a bit longer to put together because one of her pins just did not want to go into the elbow. But I like this one a lot. It's very protagonist coded. I love the color of her shoes. I like the design of her hair. You get those bonus headphones. Yeah, and she looks like she matches well with the accessories that are here. Second last one. It's another light one. Okay. We're seeing the same accessories, but in different colors now. So we got this one, but now in purple, and a version of this hat that's way more Ash Ketchum.
Pikachu!
Purple goggles, earth tone goggles, and our water gun assembly in dark gray instead of the fun pink. And there's everything in the box. Less exciting than the previous accessory pack, but I do like this little hat. Hat's nice. Alright, very last one. Last time after assemblies, unless you guys want a sequel video. I know, don't encourage him. Although there are hundreds of releases in this line, there's a lot of stuff there I want to check out. There's even like crossovers with like Gundam and other properties. And there is our very last one. She's pretty cute. She's got a ponytail here. Again, you can remove that, slap on a hat if you like. I appreciate that this set gave you some variety in the construction. Like this one has shorts and long sleeves and a t-shirt, and this one, you know, has shorts and short sleeves. It made the build process a lot less tedious. Now let's go ahead and slap on those extra accessories. I went with something like that. I wanted to get a good mix of the different headwear options. But I really like this particular set as a whole. The accessories really add to the playability, and I'm pretty happy with them. But are they my absolute favorite of the entire line? We still gotta rank these. We will be using my own made-up nonsense criteria, where we only rank them based on what originally came in the package with them. So if there were additional weapons or headgear, they will be ineligible. They're not being factored in to the rankings. Let me just say, I do like all of these quite a fair bit. This is just for fun. But out of all the ones that I built, this is the one that probably does the least for me. Just in her series compared to the other two, she's pretty bland. She doesn't have much of an expression going on. She's there, you know? So unfortunately, that lands her in last place. For similar reasons, I think our last place runner-up is going to be this one here. It's got a nice gentle smile and stuff, but without the accessories, it's a blank template. Things are getting a little harder now. I think next will be this one here. There's a few things I like about this one. The headphones are nice. I like her color scheme, but she probably has the worst elbows of all of them, and that kind of makes me like her less. Like her blonde series mate back there. This one suffers just due to the design of her wave. On her own, she's not that exciting, but you add some accessories and she gets a little better. I think I'll do this one next. Tons of accessories, of course, but the base body is kind of lackluster. I like her head. That's about it. Alright, the top 5 keep shifting around in my head, so I'm just going to lock in some selections here. I like this one a lot, but compared to this one just has a little more character going for it. And that happens on this one. Those twin tails do not like to stay on. Yeah, then I'll do this one next. It's real close. It's neck and neck with these two. That means bronze medal is going to this one here. Like I said, she just has that shonen protagonist energy. Just the little touch of the hair there. Her colors are great. Bonus headphones. Yeah. That means it all comes down to these two. Great value for money in this one. But the maid, though... well, I really like the head on this one. Good colors, great accessories. But I like everything about the maid. I love her color scheme, I love her hairstyle, I love her accessories. She's first place. She wins. And if my personal decision really upsets you, let me know in the comment section, or just let me know which one was your favorite. Alright, time to turn the crank and watch everything topple over. Not bad, actually. Alright, we got an opaque yellow capsule here. And inside... Ooh, there we go. We've got a Sanrio item of some description. Oh yeah, these are the ones where they're, you know, late for school. They're running with the toast in their mouth. And we got... Pom Pom Purring. Pom Pom Purring. Oh yeah, these are pretty good. There he is, and then he has this little smoke trail that serves as his base. Yeah! Look, there's a vacant table for you to occupy. Perfect! Okay, that's another episode, guys. You know I'm always working on stuff, so we'll have some sort of video in the near future. Not sure what that is, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Go out, enjoy your summer, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye!